Hi, Scorpio. If you'd like to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. My name is Steph. Earlier in January, I created an ink blot made in your name and essence, and we are going to flip it for perspective possibilities. We're also going to add on tarot and oracle, and we have GhostTube here kicking for any audio additions that may further inspire or irritate, so please do receive or release freely. Scorpios, I am going to take a moment to open up. You're welcome to join me, or you can fast forward through a few moments, whatever feels good to you.
Above.
Whenever you're ready, Scorps, taking a nice big breath, closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of Scorpio Collective. Scorpio, thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. All right. Let's go. You know the drill. Please see, sense, and feel for yourself. Follow your own intuition first versus my yammerings, but I appreciate the space being held, of course. Seeing a bird and a moon. This bird is no, it's a raven. It is a raven, and this
Dangerous.
moon. So have you guys been working? Oh, look at all these colors of consciousness. Whoo. Consciousness. I feel like you guys are working through. Okay, so I just heard that song. Lovers in a dangerous time. It's a Bare Naked Ladies. Some of you might be going through the relationship, or the lovers might, it doesn't have to be romantic, but you know the drill, whatever feels well, whatever it is that you're aligning your love resonance with, working through any sort of illusions. And this isn't like, I'm not seeing it like picking, not like a blue jay pecking or a woodpecker pecking. This feels ravenous. I feel as though, Scorpios, I am very connected to the consciousness of all that is. There's also a cardinal in here.
Anna.
If a cardinal bird means anything to you, if that symbol stands out, please follow that. Sorry, I'm going to just take a sip of my coffee here because I'm still getting over my sniffles a little bit, so apologies. Apologies. Oh, there we go. Okay. That's better. The moon is dissipating. The moon is dissipating.
Arthur.
What else? Okay, so there's a bat down here. It's purple, and its wings are expanded. I feel as though I'm in my third eye realm, and I was gonna do this, but no, it's like the wings are expanded. If these were like bat wings or whatever. Something about polka dots and grapes. Those symbols, I feel, you know what they mean if they stand out to you. Something about like, oh, okay. So the fruit of having fun. When you're exploring the realms, dream state specifically is coming through. And other energies that are coming towards you, because I'm seeing somewhere right in about here. Now, I want to say I'm seeing Clifford the Big Red Dog, but there's another energy that is the way it's coming at me is like it's coming, or it's really close in your aura by a few feet, and there's a hand pushing it away. And I feel like, as a guest in the Scorpion aura, so thank you, there's a hand like, stop right there, hold on a minute. And it's like right up here, like right at like that bridge. Okay, so also then in here, I'm seeing another puppy dog. It feels like a pet. Somebody might have had a pet that has passed. My condolences, my compassionate condolences to you. Somebody might be also getting a pet. Okay, so I am also seeing this as a fun little side story here. Somebody might have like a dog and a bird. And I don't know if they get along or don't get along, or the bird likes to like chirp at the dog or something along that lines. It's very cute. It's very cute. There's like this different kind of seeing different realms, different energies interact with each other. That's how I'm seeing that. I want to come back down to the bats for a second because there's something about it being purple.
Bright.
And the polka dots. Let's start getting out your paranormal poker hand while we're chatting away here. A little oracle cards for the end. There's a suit. I'm seeing Iron Man.
Gone.
I'm pretty sure it's like an Iron Man suit. Somebody also could be having, I don't want to say having heart issues, but something about the heart in general. And that kind of came up with the Lovers. But I'm seeing like this suit being laid upon you. Some sort of, and you can see out of it. You can still see. It's very strong. Very strong. It might even be like a uniform or something you put on for work. And it strengthens your sense of self in that uniform. As well if you're working with spirit or the energies, psychic realms, psychedelic. Oh, okay. Thank you. It's the psychic and psychedelic realms. Now, if the word psychedelic kind of, isn't your favorite, please insert whatever feels good. That, again, that could be even dreams. This is the psychedelic realm. This is the psychic realm with that bat there at the end. Scorpio. I keep seeing opals. I don't know how else to say it. Like the iridescence of opals. Like here is the outlining. If somebody makes jewelry or something along that lines. It doesn't have to be you or the jewelry maker. Maybe just symbolically the opal means something to you, or the teardrop. But it's like with the, how do I say? The gem, the color, the iridescence, like the gem hasn't quite been put into the, I don't know what it's called, like the frame of it. I don't know. The frame of it. There might be something that you are chasing. Like, okay, because it's bringing me back into Clifford the Big Red Dog. Like, I feel like I'm playing, chasing a ball around, but this ball is actually an opal stone or something iridescent anyway. You guys are seeing, I think you're a lot more psychic than you might give yourself credit for, or this is something you are working on very, very silently, very, very quietly. Let's also grab you an angel card number while I'm sitting here. Might as well put it to good use. Scorpio, thank you so much. And if you haven't already, please do like, share, subscribe. I am so grateful for your powerful presence and awareness, and you warm my haunted heart. So thank you. The psychic and psychedelic realms. See, they're having a conversation here. Oh, I don't know what this creature is, but I'm seeing a mask and it has these. It's almost like an armor. It's made of metal, but it's black now. Or it's been like a charcoal black. Because it's reminding me of my wood stove. So is that iron or I don't know, whatever it's made out of. Wood stove metal. Very specific, like heat resistance. Heat resistance. Yeah, see, somebody might be a painter. I see a unicorn horn up here. If you are a painter, there's an idea you have, or there's something you're creating. You might be like a channeled artist from your highest self, from different dimensions. Even other planets. Because like, see how all this is coming out from like this psychic realm, right? Very strong in this space. And if you're working on something, if you're working on your intuition, because I feel like your intellect is quite intact, Scorpios. My intellect is sharp. It's sharp. And it's almost as if the best way I can put it is my intellect is intact. But my intellect is swords that surround my intuition to kind of slice through anything. Not that it needs to make sense or make nonsense. A very happy birthday, a very happy unbirthday. It's almost like the way, like an Iron Man, you can go through things really, really efficiently to get to whatever it is that you want to channel down. Because when I see this, the way I'm seeing when you get to work on whatever it is with this, the head's down. So it's like your third eye unicorn horn. But I want to know, I'm seeing it as a unicorn, but it's actually the shadow aspect of the unicorn. So maybe it's something you do in a subconscious state, but see how it's like coming out from the back of the head. But it's like I have access to all of this in the back of the head of the shadow unicorn. And then it comes through the raven and the moon that's necklace. Like dissipating. Yeah, there is some sort of necklace going on as well. There might have been something that's happened in some of your lives, Scorps, that, because it kept saying chase and I kept hearing, I didn't hear it. It was like I kept hearing feet running. So I don't know if I'm running towards something or away from something, like nightmares, fears, a wild imagination, which is such a blessing, but it's like also being empathic. It's a blessing and a curse. You know, you can win the lottery, and for some it's a blessing, and then it's somehow, you know, whatever that lure is. You are in a state of balancing the blessings. I'm also seeing a dodo bird. You have lots of birds here. I think you can absolutely correct me if I'm wrong. I think the dodo bird is either a real bird, again, intellectually, I'm not really sure, or it's extinct. Like it was, but now it's extinct. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I'm going to start drawing out your oracle cards here. So we have here consistency. Actually, see if I can do it this way without causing havoc. Catalyst. Hydra. Lyra music. Helix eye of God. That also came out for Taurus, which is your sister sign. So it might be something worth noting. And sisterhood. Oh, Taurus. That's you guys. Okay.
Agreed.
Oh, no, sorry. That's your sister. Interesting. So your sister sign, Taurus, if I am correct, again, forgive me if I'm wrong, might have also got both these cards, and they've been well shuffled. I don't know, so maybe you want to check out the Taurus reading. Maybe a Taurus. Anyway, it's not the one. Okay, let me bring these up for you so you can see, sense, and feel for yourself if any of the artistry stands out, or the words, whatever. Again, whether your intellect finds the words, but your imagination gravitates to the images. Your psychedelic senses, you know, can do whatever it feels the need to do. This is like that art form, but it's also the moon shining down on you when I wander back into that raven and that moon that's dissipating. And the reason why the moon is dissipating is because the moonbeams are coming down upon you into that heart space. Now this heart space, sorry, I got to pause here. It's coming into that like Iron Man suit. And while it might be depicted as a toga, or is it called a toga? That's fine. You are being wrapped in purity because there's something you've been through. Okay, chased, catalyst, and consistency. You might have been chasing something. There might have been, or the chase was the catalyst to get you to run towards something. I have a feeling, Scorpios, for some of you, I don't know, or just in your aura of all that is, or maybe how you interact with the collective signs, constellations, stars, etc., planets. Something might have happened in your life quite specifically, and while there might have been many things that you can choose from, I feel like there's a few that stand out that were catalysts that changed your life, that were the peg on the board that something started to happen from there. From that point, a certain direction, certain choices were taken. I don't know that you could have predicted them maybe at that precise moment, but I feel like if you're looking back, or you're looking, if you're looking at the map of it all, of your, like, absolutely your multi-dimensional mind here, you're starting to find, or you're working your way back to this point, and you're like, okay, so I'm not going to get wrapped up in all of the feelings of guilt or shame or pride and promise and success. You're like, because this could also be something very positive, where it's like, to get this cause and effect, like I did something to reach this amount of success. So it's like, you might be going back to that point to go, what was I doing then? What was I thinking? What was I feeling? And how can I now that apply that? Because I got this response that I wanted over time, but I would like to now apply it maybe to a different area. And maybe it is one of your clair senses, or perhaps it's more so in the material world. I want to make this amount of money. I want to see these changes in my life. I want to, go from a 1-bedroom apartment to a 2-bedroom apartment. I want to go from a townhouse to a detached house. I don't know. Or you want to downsize. But even still, it takes effort and it takes a management, because there's something about time management here, and blending time, tick tock, appreciating material time while also knowing you're doing things in spirit time, or the lack thereof, time of what we conceive of, where there's, and that kind of brings me into that psychedelic space, into that subconscious state where, in your waking hours, you can apply certain things in a timely fashion, efficient fashion. And then you can also work on things in your subconscious state, in that psychedelic realm. And maybe some of you are working on or working with a certain concept of consciousness, whatever the case may be.
32.
It's like a meditation that as medicine. Something's asking. So even see here with the Sirius star, and that might mean something to somebody, but it's a dog in there. And you've had a dog come through quite a few times. So I feel as though there's some sort of loyalty that you've had. But for some, I feel like there's something or a few things you might have been loyal to for too long. And it's almost like you got to breathe into that for a minute without being hard on yourself. Go to the point and move from there. Okay. And then you have here Helix, Eye of God, protection. And then Taurus, sisterhood. I do. Okay, we're going to add on those ones. Okay, sorry. Everywhere you go, there is spirit with you, spirit of all things, whether those are your spirit guides, friends, mentors. Here, there are at least, again, we were talking about like maybe a handful, but like, 3 to 5 things that might have happened in your life that were life-changing or set course for certain things. They are connected. You sense the connection. And you can use that connection to constipate, complain, or create something from that point. From the point. Knowing that you are protected as you move forward. See, you're having so much. And now there's a kitty along there in lines with the dog. And the loyalty and the love and the pets. Playing with the moon. There's some Scorpios, absolutely. There is a new
mirror
gift. Maybe you're scrying, you're working with mirrors. Again, a lot of reflection. But it's like there is something, like a kitten, you're learning how to play again with a specific area of your sight. One of the clairs, again, maybe it's just your imagination, getting back, maybe when you're a kid, you really like to sketch or draw or doodle or play with plasticine.
Smoke.
And now you're like, you know what? Something to soothe. You might even be getting a new kitten. And even as I said that, something to soothe, like how beautiful does self-worth come in? For something to help you remember what you are connected to. There might have been, thank you, with this cardinal. Remember I was saying it was like push away, and it hasn't changed on me yet. So that's very interesting. But I want to note there's like a butterfly here at the bottom. The other way this energy is stepping forward in all these wonderful rabbit holes that you have going on here is that your self-worth, you might have been pushing that off to the side. Again, Scorpios, I always want to say, micro, macro, zoom in, zoom out. If this isn't your Scry story, thank you for holding space for others to receive it. But this also may be in relation to how Scorpio energy is seeing and interacting with the collective energy. And there might have been a pushing away. Maybe you felt like you weren't supported by the other signs or the energies of the seasons, and you've been pushing away. There's some sort of resistance. And really, it's like we've been trying to, or not like we, but there's an energy saying we were trying to support what you're trying to accomplish based on this point in time and the decisions and choices you've made. There's absolutely some sort of course correction at play. And I don't want this to feel like it is a punishment or something to see as the failure, that we might humanly associate any emotions with that, because that doesn't add to the self-worth. But you don't want to ignore that either. It's information. These choices, these feelings together, and these actions created this result over 1, 2, 3, 4 months, 1, 2, 3, 4 years, decades. You choose, because there is something that was keeping you trapped. This could even be one of your gifts, because that raven or crow is in there. And even with the moon that I was seeing, it's like that dissipating, the moon being some sort of illusion that you were trapped. And maybe you were trapped for good reason. Maybe there was something in your life that happened that it was like a bird cage. It was protecting you. And now it's time. It's like seeing, the way I'm seeing is it's like I can't remember its name. It's fine. The movie. No, I can't remember. It's fine. It goes from black and white to color. It's not the Wizard of Oz. It's a different one, because there's a lot of music. It's not that thing you do, but it might be something along that lines. And then it's like you go into the world and now you can see color again. Also, for some of you, maybe you're colorblind and you feel like that holds you back from something, but I'm not really sure that it does. Yeah, there's new movement here at play and choices. And you might have been a little rigid. Or you've been really rigid in your reflections, not seeing outside of you. And yes, while it might have been, you've been a little, okay, thank you. And while things may have been complicated, the book of life, if I may. What you feel that was written for some of you in the stars, you're taking charge of that. It's like, I don't know if you remember, or when you're a kid and you're learning to write, and it's like you're holding the pencil, like, so you're like, or especially if you're like learning cursive, but you would realize like how tight you're holding this pencil, and it's like the words or the letters, you're like, hey, like everything's so rigid, but we're so focused. Even like playing a video game. And you're in flow, but you don't realize how much energy you're holding that controller. And then you're done, you're like, and you got the claw, you're like, oh my gosh, that's what it feels like. It feels like that. Okay. And then we have here oath and summon. Yes, you're very loyal. Some of you also might be part of a family or a family unit, whether it's friends, foes, etc.
Bedroom.
There are some of you that have been loyal to a fault, and I say that with admiration, but I keep hearing your self-worth is asking you to bring that loyalty to your life, even if it's scary being singular. Not necessarily meaning that in a relationship that one might, we might automatically assume. Maybe that means stepping outside of and I don't mean like stepping outside of your family unit or anything like that, but for some, maybe it's creating space. If you want to move a little farther away, you move a little farther away for space. It can do wonders sometimes. Also, for some, you might have been in prison or been sentenced, or on house arrest for some time. Now it may be in like the typical realm that we might think that, but then also like of your heart, you've been on house arrest for something. I keep hearing Scorpios, and I'm just going to say it because you have like this Iron Man ability and this blatant, you might be a lot more psychic than you're giving yourself credit to. Maybe it's not looked fondly upon by the people around you. So I keep hearing them do something in private. You don't need to let everybody know. But they see your magic regardless. And I don't mean like, oh, the magic. They know that you have something. Can you see that? Can you see that? Mindful of what you could be summoning into your life. It's like, when I say mindful, thank you, because it brings me back to the opal. For some reason, I feel like the needs like we're just having coffee, Scorps. We're like, this is great. And maybe it's not great for you, and I apologize. Like just super couch here as we're like having a conversation with consciousness, and it's amazing. You have some sort of like ability to make things manifest. Go through time. Go through the map of all that is. And when I say mindful of what you're manifesting, what you wish to create, because I feel like you've already been through darkness quite well, and you've managed it quite well. But you're also loyal to the light, or just an alternative way. And I think that's being asked to experience so that there's a whole view like the opal, so you can get this perspective. Especially if anyone is working on trusting their imagination, trusting their intuition, or heightening, going back to school for something intellectual. Scorpios, let's take a look at your angel card number 88. I am wealthy, whatever wealth means to you. Wealth of wonderfulness, wealth of wicked, clear, say something that is meaningful to you. When you put that pin on the board of I am wealthy, the choices and decisions and the actions that one takes, the outcome is recognizable to you, even though it'll evolve, but it's recognizable to you. Anyway, okay, let me read this to you. 88, you might also be seeing 8s a lot. You are on the cusp of a prosperous and abundant spiritual life. You will find numerous opportunities for success and achievement, all of which bring financial and material abundance into your life. Prosperity, spiritual gifts, opportunity, success. It's like even the word abundance. Let's be mindful when we use the term abundant. Abundant of sorrow, abundance of pain, abundance of crepes, abundance of polka dots, abundance of fun. Scorpios, I feel like you have really figured something out, and it's being put into action with an awareness that I'm not even sure could be measured outside of you. It's almost like you could be seen and somebody be like, how did that happen? And you will know going from that point and moving on, but I'm not sure other people will be able to know that you're actually like rewriting something in that book of complications or whatever's been complicated. And it's like you've gone back and edited it.
Please leave.
And now they're only seeing this point. But that's fine. This isn't for everybody. It's not for everybody. Scorpios, it's majestic. Please feel my admiration for this. Have some fun. Be playful. Don't forget to be playful. I feel like you guys are playful. Sharp-witted, and also can be sharp. Just sharp tongue. Nonetheless. Thank you so much, Scorpios. Until next time, hopefully I can fit in a bonus. If not, I will see you in February with a fresh ink blot. Thank you for scrying with me. Bye. Ooh la la. High Priestess of Fire on the bottom. Yep, nothing but creation for the Scorps. Spiritual and material creation.